pretty evident that the UK and everybody in the family does not want Meghan coming back ever.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle facing criticism as members of the Invictus Games Foundation reveal a growing frustration with the royal couple.
Pressure on Prince Harry to apologize to Prince William in order to get the royal peace talks back on track.
William is reportedly formulating a plan to finally strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their HRH titles.
Brothers surrounding Prince Harry and Prince William, and what this change in senior roles for Harry and Meghan means for that particular relationship.
The British royal family is preparing for the most explosive parliamentary action in modern royal history. Behind closed doors at Buckingham Palace, Prince William has been orchestrating a devastating double strike that will permanently reshape the monarchy. Sources close to the Prince of Wales reveal that plans are already in motion to strip both Prince Harry and Prince Andrew of their royal titles simultaneously through an act of parliament.
Edward Fortescue, who's a former major, as you mentioned, came out lambasting the couple, and I get it. Here's what he said.
This isn't just speculation anymore. This is happening. Palace insiders whisper that William has been working quietly with government officials for months, laying the groundwork for what royal historians are calling the most significant purge since the abdication crisis. The timing is no coincidence. The future king has calculated every move, every political angle, every public relations consideration. He knows that removing Harry alone would make him look vindictive, like the cold older brother punishing his sibling. But removing both princes together, that becomes about protecting the institution itself. Word on the street suggests that William's strategy is brilliantly ruthless. By bundling Andrew and Harry together, he transforms what could be seen as a personal vendetta into institutional housekeeping. Royal sources reveal that William has been studying the legal mechanisms required for title removal, consulting with constitutional experts, and building political support across party lines. The consensus is clear. Both princes have become liabilities that the monarchy can no longer afford.
A Californian former cable actress pathetically attempting to upstage a centuries-old institution that Princes Andrew and Harry accepted acts with restraint and dignity.
The buzz in royal circles is that this decision represents William's emergence as the real power behind the throne. While King Charles remains emotionally conflicted about his youngest son, William has moved beyond sentiment. He's thinking like a future monarch, prioritizing the institution over family feelings. Industry insiders suggest that William sees this as his defining moment, the decision that will either save or destroy the royal family's reputation for generations. Reports are surfacing that the parliamentary process could begin as early as autumn. The legal framework already exists, requiring only the monarch's formal request to the Prime Minister to initiate proceedings. What makes this particularly devastating for Harry is that he's been completely blindsided. His recent attempts at reconciliation through People magazine now look pathetically naive. He thought he was playing chess, but William has been playing three-dimensional warfare. But this is just the beginning of William's master plan. The real shock comes when you understand exactly how he's been manipulating public opinion to make this nuclear option not just possible, but inevitable.
He said the wounded veterans of Invictus are done, utterly and irrevocably done with Harry and his wife. They've seen war, they've faced death, they've dragged their broken bodies through fire and blood, and now they are expected to play supporting roles in the grotesque theater of two narcissists desperate for applause.
The genius of William's strategy becomes clear when you examine how he's been positioning Andrew as the perfect political cover for Harry's destruction. Palace insiders claim that William has been deliberately linking the two cases in private briefings with government officials, creating what one source calls the package deal from hell. By presenting both princes as equally problematic, William removes any suggestion that he's targeting Harry out of personal animosity. Sources close to the situation reveal that William has been methodically building the case that both men represent existential threats to the monarchy, just in different ways. Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein damaged the royal family's reputation internationally, while Harry and Meghan's racism allegations struck at the very heart of the institution's moral authority. The Prince of Wales has reportedly been arguing that neither wound can heal while these men retain their royal status. Behind closed doors, people are saying that William's political instincts have surprised even his closest advisors. He's understood something that escaped both his father and grandfather, that public sympathy for family loyalty has limits when the institution itself is at stake.
As author Kirby Sommers suggested that the then Meghan Markle likely spent time with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before she even met Prince Harry.
Royal watchers suggest that William studied how other European monarchies survived scandals by decisively cutting loose problematic members, and he's applying those lessons ruthlessly. The buzz in Westminster is that William's approach has been devastatingly effective. By framing this as constitutional necessity rather than family drama, he's neutralized potential criticism from politicians who might otherwise hesitate to interfere in royal affairs. Government sources indicate that cross-party support for the title removals is stronger than anyone anticipated, precisely because William has made it about institutional integrity. According to reports, William has been particularly clever about timing these revelations. The recent Telegraph leaks about Andrew's future weren't accidents. They were calculated moves to normalize the idea of title removal before extending it to Harry. Sources speculate that William's team has been orchestrating a careful media campaign, conditioning public opinion to accept what would have been unthinkable just months ago. Whispers from Hollywood indicate that even Harry's American supporters are beginning to understand the game being played. William isn't just removing titles, he's rewriting the rules of royal accountability. And Harry, despite all his media savvy, never saw it coming. But the most devastating part of William's strategy isn't the political maneuvering, it's the impossible ultimatum he's set for any potential reconciliation. The ultimatum that Prince William has set for his brother is so brutal in its simplicity that even hardened royal observers are stunned.
2,000 members of the Invictus Games have quit because they're very upset about feeling kind of used by the couple for, again, good PR.
According to sources close to the Prince of Wales, William's position is crystal clear. Harry must publicly apologize not just to him, but to Catherine, King Charles, and the entire royal family before any conversation about reconciliation can even begin. But here's the devastating twist. William knows Harry will never do it. Palace insiders whisper that William has effectively created a trap with no escape. Harry remains convinced that the royal family owes Meghan an apology for the alleged racism and mistreatment. Meanwhile, William demands acknowledgement for the damage Harry caused through the Oprah interview, the Netflix series, and most unforgivably, the private family details exposed in Spare. Royal sources reveal that William views Harry's book as the ultimate betrayal. Printing private text messages from Catherine crossed a line that can never be uncrossed. Behind closed doors, people are saying that William's ultimatum isn't really about getting an apology. It's about demonstrating Harry's complete unwillingness to take responsibility. Every day that Harry refuses to apologize becomes more evidence that he's chosen his California life over his British family. Sources close to the situation reveal that William has been documenting Harry's continued defiance, building an ironclad case for why permanent exile is the only option.
Isn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
The word on the street suggests that William's emotional calculation is even more ruthless than his political strategy. Royal watchers claim that the Prince of Wales has moved beyond anger into something far more dangerous, cold, methodical determination to protect his family from further harm. According to reports, William's priority isn't healing the relationship with Harry, but ensuring Harry can never again weaponize private family moments for public consumption. Industry insiders suggest that Harry's recent People magazine interview was his last desperate attempt to find a middle ground, but it only confirmed William's worst fears. By trying to erase Meghan from the narrative while still refusing to apologize, Harry proved he's still living in fantasyland. Sources speculate that William saw right through the manipulation, Harry wanting reconciliation benefits without accountability consequences. Reports are surfacing that William has privately told confidants he expects never to speak to Harry again in his lifetime. This isn't grief talking, it's strategic thinking. The future king has decided that Harry represents a permanent security risk to everything William is building for the future monarchy. But the most chilling aspect of William's position becomes clear when you understand exactly what he means by security risk. The nuclear option that William has been developing represents the most dramatic consolidation of royal power in generations. Palace insiders reveal that the Prince of Wales has concluded that both Harry and Andrew must fall together because their individual scandals have created a cumulative crisis that threatens the monarchy's survival. Sources close to the situation claim that William sees this as a kill two birds with one stone moment that will permanently solve multiple problems plaguing the royal family.
These revelations, after a major People magazine cover commemorating 28 years since the death of Princess Diana.
Royal sources whisper that William's analysis is devastatingly simple. Andrew's Epstein connections and Harry's betrayal represent different types of toxicity, but both poison the well of public trust. The Prince of Wales has reportedly been arguing to senior advisors that half measures will only prolong the agony. Either the monarchy decisively cuts loose its problematic members, or it slowly bleeds to death from 1,000 cuts of ongoing scandal and speculation. Behind closed doors, people are saying that William has been studying polling data showing that public patience with royal drama has reached its breaking point. Focus groups reveal that ordinary Britons are exhausted by years of Andrew scandals and Sussex soap opera. Sources indicate that William has realized the public would actually respect decisive action more than continued family dysfunction playing out in the media. The buzz in constitutional circles is that William has identified a unique political window where both removals could be accomplished with minimal resistance. Government insiders suggest that removing Andrew and Harry simultaneously creates political cover for everyone involved. MPs who might hesitate to target either man individually find it easier to support institutional reform that addresses both problems at once. According to reports, William's team has been wargaming every possible scenario, including Harry's potential response to title removal. Sources speculate that the Prince of Wales actually wants Harry to fight back publicly, because it would only prove that Harry prioritizes his celebrity status over genuine family reconciliation. Every angry interview Harry gives after losing his titles becomes more evidence that William made the right choice.
She was after William first, apparently, before he got married.
Well, let's not act like that whole trip to England wasn't to actually find a British husband. She was just very lucky to have literally lucked out and be set up through a mutual friend.
Whispers from Hollywood indicate that even Meghan's advisors understand the trap they're walking into. William isn't just removing titles, he's removing Harry's entire platform for future complaints. Without royal status, Harry becomes just another disgruntled celebrity expat, and his grievances lose their constitutional significance. But the most shocking revelation is how William plans to use Andrew's cooperation to make the entire plan unstoppable. Prince Andrew's willingness to sacrifice himself for the greater good of the monarchy has shocked even his harshest critics. Sources close to the Duke of York reveal that Andrew has privately agreed to cooperate with William's plan, understanding that his own downfall might be the price of saving the institution his mother devoted her life to serving. Palace insiders whisper that Andrew's decision represents the most selfless act of his controversial later years. According to reports, Andrew's cooperation didn't come easily, but it came from a place of genuine love for the crown. Royal sources claim that the Duke of York has been devastated by how his association with Jeffrey Epstein tainted the final years of Queen Elizabeth's reign. Behind closed doors, people are saying that Andrew views accepting title removal as his chance to finally stop being a burden on the family he loves, even if it means personal humiliation. The buzz in royal circles is that Andrew's sacrifice makes William's entire strategy politically bulletproof. Government insiders suggest that having Andrew voluntarily participate in his own title removal transforms what could look like punishment into institutional reform. Sources indicate that Andrew has agreed to frame his cooperation as putting duty before personal pride, exactly the kind of royal behavior that plays well with traditional monarchists. Industry insiders suggest that Andrew's decision has been influenced by his genuine affection for William and understanding of the impossible position the future king faces. Royal watchers claim that Andrew has watched William struggle with the Harry situation for years and recognizes that his own problems have made William's job even harder. Word on the street suggests that Andrew sees this as his opportunity to actually help rather than hinder the monarchy's future. Reports are surfacing that Andrew's cooperation includes agreeing to a carefully choreographed exit that emphasizes his continued loyalty to the crown.
How are Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton responding?
They're done. They're done. William doesn't even want to hear Harry's name anymore. He's just kind of like, don't bring him up. We're good.
Sources speculate that Andrew will frame his title removal as a personal choice to reduce burdens on King Charles and allow William to focus on modernizing the monarchy. Palace insiders reveal that Andrew has specifically requested that his statement emphasize his eternal gratitude for the privilege of serving the Queen. Whispers from palace staff indicate that Andrew's decision has earned him unexpected respect from family members who had written him off. The Duke of York's willingness to fall on his sword for the greater good represents a stark contrast to Harry's continued demands for apologies and special treatment. But Andrew's sacrifice serves another crucial purpose in William's master plan. It provides the perfect cover for the real target of this entire operation. Harry's desperate attempt to rewrite history through People magazine has backfired spectacularly, revealing just how panicked the Sussexes have become about their crumbling position. Sources close to the situation claim that Harry's latest media strategy represents his most pathetic attempt yet to separate himself from Meghan's toxic influence while still protecting her from blame. Palace insiders whisper that the People magazine cover story was Harry's last-ditch effort to find a face-saving exit from his California nightmare. The most telling aspect of Harry's People magazine plea is what it deliberately omits: any mention of Meghan's role in destroying his relationship with William.
King Charles on his way out, Prince William is expected to take over the crown. And apparently at the top of his list is to say, "Peace out, Meghan, you're done."
Royal sources reveal that Harry's team specifically instructed the magazine to frame the brothers' feud as a pre-existing condition rather than a Meghan-created catastrophe. Behind closed doors, people are saying that this revisionist history fools absolutely no one who understands the timeline of events. According to reports, Harry's strategy of erasing Meghan from the narrative while begging for reconciliation represents the ultimate act of cowardice. Sources speculate that Harry knows Meghan is the poison that destroyed his family relationships, but he's too weak to admit it publicly. Industry insiders suggest that Harry's unwillingness to acknowledge Meghan's destructive influence proves he's still completely under her control. The buzz in media circles is that People magazine agreed to run Harry's sanitized version of events because they're desperately trying to maintain access to the Sussex brand. Entertainment insiders claim that the magazine knows Harry's narrative is dishonest, but they need Sussex cooperation for future stories. Word on the street suggests that People magazine has become essentially a Sussex propaganda outlet masquerading as objective journalism. Whispers from Hollywood indicate that even Harry's remaining supporters see through his latest manipulation attempt. Sources close to the entertainment industry reveal that Harry's People magazine interview has been widely mocked behind closed doors as transparently desperate. Royal watchers suggest that Harry's attempt to blame everything on ancient family dynamics while protecting Meghan has convinced exactly 0 people with functioning brain cells. Reports are surfacing that William's team actually celebrated Harry's People magazine disaster because it proved everything they've been saying about Harry's continued delusion. Palace insiders claim that Harry's refusal to acknowledge Meghan's role in the family destruction demonstrates that he remains completely unreachable for genuine reconciliation.
Royal author Phil Dampier said, Meghan saw marrying Harry as a stepping stone to new fame and fortune, and I think that's what initially Prince William was concerned about, and that's why they fell out.
But the most damaging aspect of Harry's media strategy isn't the lies he's telling. It's what his desperation reveals about his true situation in California. The security nightmare that Harry and Meghan represent to Catherine and the royal children has become William's most compelling argument for permanent exile. Palace insiders reveal that the Prince of Wales has compiled a devastating dossier of security breaches and privacy violations that Harry committed through his book, interviews, and Netflix series. Sources close to the situation claim that William views Harry as a walking intelligence leak who can never again be trusted with sensitive family information. Royal protection officers have reportedly briefed William on the impossible task of securing events where Harry might be present. According to sources, Harry's pattern of immediately monetizing private family moments means that every conversation, every interaction, every casual family gathering becomes potential content for his next media venture. Security experts whisper that protecting Catherine and the children from Harry's commercial exploitation has become a full-time nightmare. Behind closed doors, people are saying that William's protective instincts toward his family have overridden any remaining brotherly affection. Palace sources reveal that the final straw came when Harry published private text messages from Catherine in his memoir. Royal insiders claim that William sees this as an unforgivable violation that proves Harry will sacrifice anyone's privacy for his own financial gain. The most chilling aspect of William's security analysis involves the children. Sources close to the Wales family reveal that William has concluded that exposing George, Charlotte, and Louis to Harry means exposing them to future Sussex content creation. Royal watchers suggest that William has nightmare visions of his children's private moments becoming Netflix drama or memoir material when Harry's next financial crisis hits. According to reports, William's security team has war-gamed scenarios where Harry might secretly record family interactions or photograph private moments for later commercial use. Palace insiders whisper that trust in Harry has been so completely destroyed that even supervised visits would require the kind of security protocols normally reserved for hostile foreign dignitaries. Industry insiders suggest that Catherine herself has become one of Harry's harshest critics within the family circle.
Once at a gig, the back was Harry and William, Madonna and Paul McCartney. Not one of them paid.
Sources speculate that the future queen has told William she never wants to see Harry again after he weaponized her cancer journey and private communications for public sympathy. The buzz in royal circles is that Catherine views Harry as a direct threat to everything she's trying to build for her children's future. Whispers from palace staff indicate that William has privately sworn that Harry will never again have unsupervised access to his family. The Prince of Wales has reportedly concluded that Harry chose his Netflix millions over his niece and nephew's privacy, and that choice can never be forgiven or forgotten. But the security concerns pale in comparison to what American public opinion now thinks about the Sussex situation. American public opinion has shifted so dramatically against Harry and Meghan that even their former supporters are now encouraging William to strip their titles immediately. Sources across the United States reveal that the initial sympathy for the exiled royals has curdled into exhausted irritation with their constant complaints and commercial exploitation of royal connections. Hollywood insiders whisper that the Sussex brand has become so toxic that even liberal celebrities avoid being photographed with them. The most stunning reversal comes from American royal watchers who originally defended Harry's right to tell his story. Entertainment industry sources claim that Harry's endless monetization of family trauma has disgusted even progressive audiences, who initially supported his rebellion against royal tradition. Behind closed doors, people are saying that Americans respect people who overcome adversity, not people who endlessly profit from it.
And if you don't think that when William becomes king, he's going to strip you of your titles and the world will cheer that, you're out of your mind.
According to reports, focus groups conducted by major American media outlets show that Harry and Meghan are now seen as privileged complainers rather than sympathetic victims. Sources indicate that American audiences have grown tired of watching multimillionaires lecture them about hardship while living in Montecito mansions. The buzz in media circles is that the Sussex story has become a cautionary tale about victimhood culture taken too far. Industry insiders suggest that Harry's repeated attacks on his family have triggered a backlash among Americans who value family loyalty above celebrity drama. Royal watchers claim that even Democratic voters are now questioning why Harry continues to trash the people who gave him his platform and privilege. Word on the street suggests that Harry has fundamentally misread American values by assuming endless grievance would equal endless sympathy. Reports are surfacing that influential American commentators are now openly calling for title removal as the only way to end the Sussex circus. Sources reveal that major media figures have privately told colleagues they're embarrassed by how long they defended Harry's behavior. Whispers from New York media circles indicate that supporting the Sussexes has become a social liability rather than a progressive statement. The most damaging shift comes from American mothers who initially related to Meghan's struggles. Sources close to parenting networks reveal that Meghan's constant absence from her children for Netflix filming and podcast recording has alienated the very demographic she needed most. Behind closed doors, people are saying that American women see through Meghan's fake maternal performance and recognize it as career prioritization disguised as family protection. But perhaps the most shocking revelation is how this American opinion shift has emboldened William to accelerate his timeline for the nuclear option. The generational divide between King Charles and Prince William on royal justice has never been more stark, with palace insiders revealing that William is essentially forcing his father's hand through carefully orchestrated political pressure.
Right from the outset, William, we're told, saw right through Meghan and swiftly concluded that she had not the slightest intention of staying in the royal family for long.
Sources close to both men claim that Charles remains emotionally paralyzed by the prospect of formally banishing his youngest son, while William has moved beyond sentiment into cold strategic calculation about the monarchy's survival. Behind closed doors, people are saying that William has been systematically building political and public support for title removal, while Charles desperately searches for face-saving compromises that no longer exist. Royal sources reveal that the king's weakness on the Harry situation has become a source of growing frustration for William, who sees his father's emotional attachment as a threat to everything they're trying to build for the future. According to reports, William has been working around his father's hesitation by creating fait accompli situations where Charles has no choice but to support decisive action. Palace insiders whisper that William's strategy involves making inaction more politically costly than action, forcing Charles to choose between his paternal feelings and his constitutional duties. Sources suggest that William has calculated that his father will ultimately choose duty when presented with no alternative. The buzz in constitutional circles is that William has been consulting directly with government officials about the parliamentary process, essentially preparing the legal groundwork while Charles remains in denial about the necessity of nuclear options. Industry insiders suggest that William's approach represents a masterclass in institutional politics, where the future king builds unstoppable momentum while maintaining plausible respect for his father's authority.
It's not lost on Prince William that Meghan has launched an alcohol brand on his mother's birthday, the very mum he lost in a drink-driving tragedy.
Whispers from palace staff indicate that the father-son dynamic has become increasingly tense as William pushes for decisions that Charles finds emotionally impossible. Royal watchers claim that William has been presenting his father with polling data, security assessments, and political analysis that all point toward the same conclusion: Harry and Andrew must go. Sources speculate that William's relentless logic is slowly wearing down Charles's emotional resistance. Reports are surfacing that William has privately told confidants he's prepared to take full public responsibility for the title removals if it helps his father sleep better at night. Palace insiders reveal that William has offered to be the bad guy who forces the difficult decisions, allowing Charles to maintain the fiction that he was reluctantly convinced, rather than actively choosing family exile. But the most revealing aspect of this generational conflict is how it exposes William's true vision for the monarchy's future. A vision that has no place for weakness, sentiment, or half measures. William's endgame represents nothing less than a complete reimagining of royal accountability, where titles become earned privileges rather than inherited entitlements that can be exploited indefinitely.
William acts differently than his father. People have spoke to suggest that William would not be so tolerant, and perhaps he would strip them of their title.
Palace insiders reveal that the future king's vision extends far beyond simply removing Harry and Andrew. He He's establishing precedents that will define royal behavior for generations. Sources close to the Prince of Wales claim that William sees this moment as his opportunity to prove that the monarchy can police itself effectively when faced with existential threats. The most chilling aspect of William's long-term strategy is how thoroughly he's planned for every possible Sussex response to title removal. Royal sources whisper that William's team has prepared counter-narratives for Harry's inevitable victim interviews, Meghan's expected racism claims, and their joint attempts to portray themselves as political refugees from royal tyranny. Behind closed doors, people are saying that William has turned the Sussex playbook against them by anticipating every manipulation and neutralizing it in advance. According to reports, William's calculation is that stripped titles will accomplish what years of family diplomacy could not, forcing Harry to choose between genuine reconciliation and permanent celebrity exile.
When Prince William becomes king, he is probably going to strip them of their titles. From all the sources and everything we've heard, he has no use for Harry and Meghan, nor should he, because they've been terrible to him.
Palace insiders suggest that William believes Harry without royal status becomes just another Hollywood has-been, unable to command the media attention that feeds his victimhood narrative. Industry insiders claim that William has studied how other royal exiles fade into irrelevance once their institutional connections are severed. The buzz in constitutional circles is that William's title removal strategy represents the most sophisticated royal crisis management in modern history. Sources indicate that the Prince of Wales has transformed what could have been a family tragedy into an institutional triumph by demonstrating that the monarchy prioritizes duty over blood ties. Royal watchers suggest that William's decisive action will actually strengthen public faith in royal justice rather than damaging it. Whispers from international royal circles indicate that other European monarchies are watching William's approach with intense interest.
The understanding is that when he becomes monarch, they will be formally stripped of the HRH.
And I'm sure Prince William has a lot of support from the public.
Sources reveal that several royal houses facing their own problematic family members are considering adopting William's model of decisive title removal rather than endless tolerance for destructive behavior. Reports suggest that William may be pioneering a new standard for royal accountability that spreads across constitutional monarchies. The ultimate irony of William's master plan is that Harry's own actions have made his exile inevitable and irreversible. Palace insiders claim that every Sussex interview, every Netflix episode, every memoir revelation has provided William with more evidence that Harry represents a permanent security risk. Sources speculate that Harry trapped himself in a cycle where defending his choices required attacking his family, making reconciliation impossible while justifying his punishment. So what do you think about William's nuclear option strategy? Do you believe he's right to prioritize institutional survival over family loyalty? Or should Charles find a way to bring Harry back into the fold? Drop your thoughts below. Like this video if you want to see more royal truth bombs, and make sure you subscribe, because we're not backing down from exposing the real power games happening behind palace walls. The next video is waiting on your screen, and trust me, you won't believe what's coming next in this royal war.